This video will show you how to bleed the brakes on a Pontiac Grand Prix. The master cylinder is located under the hood, but you'll also have to make your way behind each one of your four wheels. Let's get into it. Just a quick note about doing this job, you will want to have some clean .3 brake fluid and some parts cleaner. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Now something that I want to mention real quick is we will have to bleed each one of our brakes located behind the wheels, so make sure you're in a safe area to do so. Once we've done that, let's start under the hood at the master cylinder. As far as the master cylinder is concerned, before we remove the cap, let's go ahead and clean around the area. I'm just going to use a clean rag for this, a quick wipe. We just want to make sure nothing makes its way inside the braking system. Take hold of the cap, turn it counterclockwise to remove it. A quick inspection. Looking at the cap, you can see exactly what type of fluid we will have to use. .3 brake fluid. We'll set that aside. Continuing on, we want to remove as much fluid from inside of the master cylinder reservoir as possible. Use a fluid extraction device. These can come in all different shapes and sizes. This is the one I'll be using. After removing all fluid from inside of the master cylinder reservoir, let's top it off with our brand new .3 or .4 brake fluid. We're going all the way up to the maximum line here. That looks good. Obviously, we will have to continuously top this off. This looks good for now. Let's continue on along the right rear wheel. So now when we bleed the brakes, of course we have all the wheels off of the vehicle. So we're starting the brake bleed at the passenger side rear, or the right rear. Once we've completed that, we're going to have to go to the left front caliper, the driver's side front. Continuing on from there, of course we need to make sure that we top off the master cylinder. We can never run it dry. After we've topped off that master cylinder, we're going to the driver's side rear, or the left rear, and then we'll be finishing at the right front, or the passenger side front. Completing all of that, it's time to top off the master cylinder at the end one last time. We're at the passenger side rear caliper. This is where we're starting the brake bleeding process. If you have a bleeder screw cover, go ahead and remove that. Now we will have to open up our bleeder screw. To bleed the brakes, this is going to be easiest if you have a second person inside of the vehicle. That person inside the vehicle is going to pump the brake pedal approximately 3 to 5 times slowly and hold it on the last pump. They're going to let me know. At that point, I'm going to carefully open up my bleeder screw with a collection receptacle in this area. I'm going to be watching the fluid making its way out of the system. We have to repeat this process until we see only clean brake fluid making its way out. Go ahead and pump that brake pedal, please. Go ahead and pump. Go ahead and pump. You can release, thank you. Now as you saw, I had only clean brake fluid making its way out of the hose. There was a couple small air bubbles, but that's just what gets trapped in this particular hose. I feel confident that I fully bled this brake. I have only clean brake fluid making its way out. At this point, I'm going to make sure I remove my tools, clean any mess, and we'll continue on to the next wheel. Now that we bled the passenger side rear, let's make our way to the driver's side front caliper. So we're at the driver's side front caliper. If you have a bleeder screw cover, go ahead and remove that. Now we're going to bleed this brake in the same way. Of course, I do have my 10mm wrench for my bleeder screw, and I also have my collection receptacle. Go ahead and pump up that brake pedal, please. Go ahead and pump. Go ahead and pump. All right, you can release. Now, as you saw, I had only clean brake fluid making its way out through the caliper, and definitely no air bubbles. I'm going to go ahead and clean up my mess here, and we'll make our way to the master cylinder next. Let's top it off with our brand new .3 or .4 brake fluid. Now that I've topped off the master cylinder after the first two calipers, you're going to go to the driver's side rear caliper. Bleed that caliper the same way that you already saw me bleed the passenger side rear. After cleaning that, go to the passenger side front. Bleed the front caliper the same way you saw me bleed the driver's side front caliper. After completing both of those, everything's nice and clean. You're making your way back up to the master cylinder to top it off one last time.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.